Hello, welcome to the Silver Valley Scene, a show about and around the Silver Valley. On today's premiere episode of the Silver Valley Scene, we'll take a look at the Senior Services Group in Pinehurst, cook a little bit of holiday cheer-up with Hazel at the Danana Brew, and find out what makes Merv Hill tick. But first, evidence of the skier season exploding here in the Silver Valley can be seen in Francine Bakley's business, Skier Vacation Homes.
We provide everything the homeowner needs. From the time the guest arrives, we greet them, we show them the amenities of the home, we ask them about their stay, when they'll be checking out, then we come in and we clean the home thoroughly, we maintain all the hot tubs, we make sure the snow is removed from outside, everything the homeowner comes to us. Every home has to have several changes of linen, the washing and drying machines, all the dishes, everything is there, the vacuum cleaners, so the girls just come in and completely clean the house, and it's done within 3 or 4 hours. We have some houses very small, and starting at $50 a night. Out of our 9 homes, we have 7 hot tubs. One of them is indoors in a pine-lined basement. All the others are outside. One is in a gazebo, so you are a little bit enclosed. We have one with a beautiful cathedral ceilings, fans, gas fireplace, dishwashers, VCRs, TV stereos, most anything that you want. The Chamber of Commerce is actually our very best promoters. They send out the lodging guides, and being located right at the gondola base, they really help the people coming in to see what Kellogg has to offer in lodging. Also, Silver Valley Mountains in the ski resort, we've got several homes pictured in their magazine. And with our 800 number, it seems to be all we need for contacting the guests. I would say 90% of the people that reserve are families, for family reunions or just a family. We do have a small percentage of, say, college students that are coming over, but most of them are families. Most of the houses are going to be available year-round, so for people who are coming into the area, maybe looking for properties by the week, or possibly people involved in the expansion around the area. Last year we rented to people that worked at Yost on their building project, and so we have a lot of people coming into Kellogg that are only staying a few weeks and need real short-term lodging. Out of the 9 houses I'm managing, 7 live in the Seattle area. Then I have 1 in Spokane, and 1 is locally owned. Brenda Spencer from the Silver Needle. She's decided to take advantage, but she's very open-minded and wants to get in on the bottom floor of all businesses. And most people locally can't really see the need for these kind of homes. But if you're a skier and you've been to Whistler or other areas, you can see that there is a demand for this kind of lodging. I was a skier myself, and the home that we purchased, my dad had for many, many years, and when he was ready to sell it, my husband actually came up with the idea that the key to the business is the hot tub. After a skier is done skiing, they would love to relax in a nice hot tub, and so we purchased that. In our first season, we were off the ground. And so I do encourage most people who are looking at this business that that's the first priority, if you want to get the hot tub. Planning and Zoning Committee told me last night that there were close to 50 homes now in Kellogg that are being used as tourist homes. And only 3 years ago, the very first permit was granted. There's probably always room for more, considering the Coeur d'Alene Resort has upward of 300 units that they're renting to skiers and such. There's still a lot of people that are coming over. There might be 2,000 or 3,000 people on the mountain in the weekend that half of whom might need lodging. So the competition is out there, so you want to make sure that your place is priced right and offers all the amenities. There's really no comparison when you can come in and you're just at home. You have full kitchen, refrigerator, a private hot tub, which to me is the key. I do not like hot tubbing with strangers. And to have my own private hot tub, the largeness of having your own home. September, we are taking reservations for the Christmas week. By the middle of October, the Christmas week was well booked. President's Day weekend, any weekend where the children are out of school, those are the weekends that really book up in advance. But the rest of the time, you can call as late as Thursday night for this weekend. And sometimes even in town, the chamber will call me and they'll say, I have a couple here that would just love to stay at one of your houses, and I'll meet them right away, and the house is ready.
Francine tells me that all of the out-of-state homeowners do all of their contracting right here in the Silver Valley. You can reach Francine and her skier vacation homes at 1-800-435-2588.
Excelsior Cycle, Silver Valley's full-service bicycle shop, featuring a complete-size range of bikes for cyclists of all ages. Professionally assembled, fully guaranteed, quality bikes from Giant, Scott, and Zephyr. We are here to help you find just the right bike or accessory to put under your Christmas tree. As always, everyday low prices and your satisfaction guaranteed at Excelsior Cycle in Uptown Kellogg. Merry Christmas and happy cycling in the new year.
New times two. Prime Sports Northwest and the Sci-Fi Channel. Westar Cable is serious about your entertainment enjoyment. Watch for Prime Sports Northwest and the Sci-Fi Channel in January.
The Senior Services Group has been here in the Silver Valley for over 17 years. Recently, we had the opportunity to visit with the management of Senior Services to see what that group had to offer the Silver Valley.
Well, we have transportation services. We do congregate meal sites, home delivered meals. We have a chore program, and we have an outreach program. The transportation, we pick up passengers and bring them to the congregate meals, and we also deliver our home delivered meals at that time. We take them shopping locally 3 days per week. We also have a trip to Coeur d'Alene and Spokane once a month. The congregate meals, we just have everybody, we have 6 different meal sites. We serve 5 days per week. Home delivered, that's self-explanatory. It's for the shut-ins and people that are unable to get out. The chore service is a program that is designed to keep people in their homes, and they do things that they're no longer able to do for themselves. And the outreach program is to reach the frail and the vulnerable elderly of the valley.
Well, basically, the trips to Spokane and Coeur d'Alene set up for medical appointments, also for shopping. Like in Spokane, we take them into their medical appointments and drop those people there at their doctor's office. Take the other ones that want to shop, we go down, take them downtown, and leave them in the center of town. Pre-arranged time, we pick them up, and then we usually stop at University City on the way back out of town for an hour or so they can do some more shopping there, and then back to town. In Coeur d'Alene, it's pretty much the same. Taking the medicals first, drop them off, and we'll go back and pick them up at the times they need to. And we'll take them out to the different malls, Kmart, Silver Lake Mall, and so on, for them to shop there because of the transportation problem of getting around there. They don't have as much bus service as they do in Spokane.
What area of Churchill County do you cover? What cities do you pick people up in?
Yeah, anywhere from Cataldo clear to Mullet. We pick them up
Basically door to door. We pick them up at their homes.
at their homes.
Also, there's transportation there. We have gone throughout the Metamont for home deliveries and meal site at Rose Lake. So there would be transportation available out there for the meal site at Rose Lake on Tuesdays.
How much does this service cost if somebody wants to get in contact?
It doesn't cost anything.
Okay.
Charge for it.
It's a suggested
Suggested advice.
information. Funded from the Area Agency on Aging through North Idaho College. rely heavily on program income. There is a suggested donation for the meals of $1.50, and the suggested donation for the transportation is $1, but it's just strictly voluntary.
How would a person get in contact to start getting involved with that?
682-3831 or 682-3713. And you can talk to me, Linda, or Pat, or Lois. When you call, then I find out if you need the bus, or if you just want to go to congregate meals, or if we're doing trips or whatever, what you want to do. And I make sure you're on that list. And if you're on the transportation list, the bus list, then drivers will pick you up.
I'm the outreach worker, and my job is to go out in the community and look for seniors that could use our program. I get a lot of referrals from health and welfare, from churches, and from seniors themselves. And it's quite an ongoing program.
How many people work for senior services? You see your staff here. And, how many more people would there be?
We have 11 employees altogether. That's counting the 2 that work for Whispering Pines, which is the subsidized housing that we have.
Okay. And you have this building as well as your buses?
We rent this from the Pinehurst Mines, and we just work out of here. Our meals are all prepared here at this site, and then they're transported to the other meal sites, and, except for Friday, which we have the meal in here.
Okay, we serve, for congregate meals about a month, we serve unduplicated, one person might come to more than one meal site, but we count them once, and that's about, 98?
I have
200 a month. And then about 48 use transportation.
Your meal sites are here in Pinehurst, as well as where else?
Monday we serve in Osborne at the VFW Hall. Tuesday we have 2 meal sites, one at the Good Samaritan Nursing Home in Silverton and one in Rose Lake at the old schoolhouse. Wednesday we serve in Kellogg, Thursday we serve in Wallace, and Friday here.
Tell me about some of the trips that you take.
There's times they're set up for a trip, a day trip. We might take a trip up through Sandpoint, Clark Fork, and down Thompson Falls and across the Murray and back into town, or might go up the St. Joe River, St. Mary's to St. Regis and back in, or over to St. Regis for a day. We have in the past made overnight trips. We've gone to Glacier National Park for an overnight trip. We've also gone for shopping in Missoula for overnight, and Lolo Hot Spring for an overnight trip. These trips are, they're advertised or tried to be spread to the different meal sites and so on, so people can sign up for them in advance. Try to advertise them about 6 weeks in advance or 2 months in advance, so that it is the word out to as many as possible that might want to take these trips.
And the cost of one of those trips would be?
A day trip normally costs $10.
I think the most expensive one we've had is $50, and that included your motel and your transportation.
The management of Silver Valley Senior Services extends its thanks to the many volunteers. Without them, their work would not be possible.
Stein's Hallmark and Toyland. A great selection of Hallmark cards for all occasions. Show someone how much you care with just the right card. If that someone happens to be a little person, we have a great selection of toys that would make any kid happy. Free gift wrapping with any purchase. Stein's Hallmark and Toyland, located next to Stein's IGA.
If you're dragging yourself home at the end of the day, you need a beauty rest. A beauty rest by Simmons recharges you with independent pocketed coils, energized to firmly support every inch of your body. Nothing makes your day like a beauty rest night.
Phil, boy, do you need a beauty rest. Twin City Furniture, your local appliance, floor covering, and furniture headquarters. Uptown Kellogg.
Stein's IGA in Osborne is dedicated to serving the Silver Valley. A great selection of fresh produce, a full-featured meat department, and a wide variety of frozen foods to select from. All this plus aisle upon aisle of products at competitive prices. Everyone, young and old, knows that Stein's IGA in Osborne is the place to shop. And the friendly workers are always ready to help you in any way they can. Stein's IGA in Osborne.
The holiday season is upon us, and with the holidays come holiday feast. Today's Cooking with Hazel segment deals with just that.
Hi, welcome to my kitchen here at the Dan Attleboro restaurant. I'm Hazel. This is a brand new show airing for the first time today, and we hope you'll enjoy it. Christmas is just around the corner, and it's time that we give some special thought to that very special holiday meal. So today, I'd like to show you one of my favorite Christmas dinners, and that is the glazed apricot hen. This is a marinated recipe, so we'll have to make a marinade at least 8 hours before we plan on baking the hens. We'll need 1 cup of very good soy sauce. I prefer the light soy sauce because it has less salt in it. We'll need 1 cup of apricot nectar, 2 cloves of garlic. I don't peel my garlic. I put it with a knife and I pound it, and then I just simply remove the little hull. I'm going to mince it and add it to my soy sauce and my nectar. I like garlic, so I'm putting in big cloves. Gives a special little taste. We're going to use 1 or 4 tablespoons of sherry. Use a good sherry. If you're going to cook in sherry, use a good one. You don't want your dinner to taste like vinegar. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to use 2 tablespoons of ginger. You can use the powdered ginger, or you can use the fresh. In this case, I have chosen to use the powdered ginger, and I'm going to cut it down to a tablespoon and a half. I'm going to stir this all together. Remember that you need to make this marinade the night before, or at least 8 hours in advance. We'll take our little game hen, and in this case I have already removed the insides and I've rinsed it in cold water. We're going to put the game hen in the marinade and let it sit for at least 8 hours. I just happen to have a marinated hen for you already, so we can proceed with our TV show. And this one has been marinating in this delicious soy sauce for about 10 hours now. We're going to do a rice dressing with dried fruit. I'm going to use 1 cup of the dried fruit. Now I have prunes, apples, apricots, peaches, and pears. So we'll be cutting these into little bite-sized pieces. I like the flavor of the apple with this particular dish. So I put a few extra slices of apples in it. And yes, it does look good. I'm going to chop this up. It gets a little sticky because this is dried fruit. I have already measured 2 cups of cooked brown rice. I'm going to add my chopped, This dried fruit has to be soaked in hot water for at least 30 minutes before you make the dressing. So I've already done this for you. This is chopped and soaked for 30 minutes, so now we're going to add this into our dish. I'm going to stir this all up together. Are you ready? We're going to add a half cup of chopped celery. Now, I like my celery minced rather fine, so I'm going to take it and slit it down the middle like this. Then I'm going to cut. Get 1/2 cup there. It usually takes about that much. We're going to add this into our celery and to the dressing here. And a 1/2 cup of green onion. We have 4 little green onions or scallions, whichever you prefer to call them. I'm going to chop this in. And add this to our mixture here. That fruit is a little sticky, so you have to wipe your hands off it. We're going to add some ginger to this. Just a little bit here. Then we're going to snip our parsley. I don't know why they suggested you snip your parsley, but that's what we're going to do. And we're going to use 2 tablespoons of snipped parsley inside. We're going to stir this all up together. And our dried fruit and brown rice dressing is ready. Now remember that we have taken our bird that has already been marinated for at least 8 hours in our delicious marinade. And then we're going to put 1/4 of a tablespoon we're going to take 1 big tablespoon and we're going to stuff our little bird. Sometimes the stuffing is a little hard to get in there. And then we're going to place it. We're going to break its little wings. Watch us break the little wings and put them in the back. And then we're going to tie the legs with twine. We're going to turn this breast side down. We're going to take some of our marinade from our dish here, and we're going to baste this. Just so happens to we have a hen that's already been marinated and stuffed, and we're going to put him right here along with it. We're going to put this in the oven, a 300-degree oven, and bake it for about 30 minutes, basting 3 or 4 different times while it's baking. We'll continue basting our hen. After 30 minutes, we'll remove them from the oven and we'll turn them breast side up. Marinate them again. This delicious sauce. And we're going to bake it for another 45 minutes to an hour until the leg moves. That'll tell you when it's done. And through the magic of television, we have a finished product. One good thing about the apricot glazed hen, it can serve 4 or it can serve 8. I've taken the 4 game hens that I prepared and cut them in half with an electric knife and placed it on the platter with extra rice and apricot halves. I'm going to serve the apricot glazed hen today with steamed green beans, and I've added a little pepper for the color. Buttered carrots, and a golden apricot mold with just a touch of cranberry sauce. And for the grand finale, after you have enjoyed these game hens, the beans, the carrots, and the mold, we are going to introduce you to our favorite dessert, which is an apricot, which is a raspberry lemon tort. Enjoy, be safe. And now to recap our recipe for you, you'll need 4 game hens, 4 tablespoons of butter. To make the marinade, 1/2 cup apricot nectar, 1/4 cup good soya sauce, 1/2 cup of sherry, 2 cloves garlic minced, 2 tablespoons minced fresh ginger, or you can use 1.5 tablespoons of ground ginger. Fruit and rice dressing, 1 cup dried mixed fruit chopped and soaked 30 minutes in boiling water, 2 cups cooked brown rice, 1/2 cup celery cut very fine, 1/4 cup green onion cut fine, 2 tablespoons parsley snipped, 1/4 teaspoon ground thyme, 1/4 teaspoon ground mace, 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon salt, and 1/8 teaspoon of fresh black pepper. For a copy of this recipe, send a self-addressed envelope to West Star Cablevision, 207 Main Street, Kellogg, Idaho, 83837.
Our recent interview with Mayor Merv Hill gave us some inside information on the man who runs Kellogg.
I believe my goal and the goal of the Kellogg City Council would be to have a lot of some jobs, some more jobs where everyone could have some work, some decent paying jobs, housing. I think housing is a very important thing, especially low-income housing. I'd like to see our community grow as a destination ski area, but also I would like to see it maintained so that the folks that are senior citizens and have lived here all their lives can also remain and have a comfortable living. Right at the moment, I think the major project is the local improvement district here in the main part of town. It's kind of on hold until spring now, but it's a thing that should make uptown considerably more attractive. It also should possibly entice people to come up and visit and shop in the uptown shops. And of course, I shouldn't just single out uptown, because we do have quite a business area down in the Cameron Avenue and down along the freeway also. Part of our plans are to have new street lights, new sewer and water systems, and that type of thing, new paved streets. Down at the bottom of Main Street, where the funeral home parking lot is at this time, there will be a park area, and that is probably what they're going to, where they would like to center a lot of the activities that are coming up, such as the Christmas time, the little festivals that they might have, and that type of thing.
What are some of the typical duties you have as mayor?
Well, I'm the chief executive officer of the city. I take all the blame, and of course I get most of the credit also. Some of the duties is I sign contracts. I'll get this over in front where I can see it a little better. I can offer rewards if that type of thing needs to be. I can even grant pardons if I want to. I have a veto power of any of the ordinances that I don't feel that are good for the city. Also, if I would ever use that, the council has a way to override, just like any other government. I sign all the checks and all the accounts. I'm also the chief police power We do have a police committee and the chief of police and things, but I am the person that really is responsible, well, for all the units units in our government. I don't think that as a citizen prior to coming into city government, I really had any idea of how involved city government is. I was appointed as a city councilman, and I served a year as a appointed councilman, and then I was elected to a 4-year term, and 2 years into that term I was appointed mayor, and that was for 1 year, and then I've been elected twice since then to serve as mayor. And there are so many things that go on. You know, it's not just patching holes or dogs or drunks or whatever. We have to we have to keep very close touch with our attorney, because we need to go by our book of rules, which is the ordinance book, state of Idaho laws, federal government rules and regulations and laws. It's quite complicated, and I don't think people realize that you can't just come on the city council as a councilman or a mayor and do as you darn please. For one thing, there's a check and balance. I have my ideas, and if I can't convince a majority of the council that what I'm thinking or what I would like to do is good, then they have the power to say no. I'm retired from the Kellogg School District. I was business manager there for 28 years, and prior to that I was a classroom teacher for 3 years. So I was basically 31 years in the Kellogg school system. The business manager job at Kellogg, as I had it, was taking care of accounts, payables, and that type of thing. I also drove a school bus. I also delivered supplies. The school system here is small enough that you wear many hats.
And you're originally from Kellogg?
I came to Kellogg when I was 9 years old. We came in 1939. I was born in Montana, and then we moved from Montana to Harrison, and we were there for a number of years. And then my father gained employment at the Bunker Hill, and we've been here ever since.
Do you have a wife and kids? Or?
Oh yes, I have a wife and four daughters, 6 grandchildren. This one just turned 23. She's working on her master's degree at Washington State University. The older 3, one's a classroom teacher here in Kellogg. The other one works for Security Bank here in Kellogg, and the other one works for the Silver Valley Lab out at Silver King. I'm very fortunate to have them all with me.
What would be your wish for the new year?
Well, I think we all hope for peace and better things. I would like to see our community, as I said before, be able to come up with some more jobs and to make it so everyone has a prosperous life.
It's time to stock up for the holidays at Stein's IGA. We feature the largest holiday selection of fresh fruits and vegetables in the Silver Valley. Our meat department uses only the highest quality meats, and we welcome custom ordering for your holiday table. Our bakery department would like you to experience the holiday convenience of our fresh cakes and pies. Make your holiday parties complete with one of our delicious deli trays. They are sure to be a hit. From our home to yours, happy holidays from Stein's IGA in Kellogg.
West Star Cable 3 is coming to life. Local city council meetings aired at 2 different times for your convenience. Check out Cable Channel 3 for a schedule of dates and times for your town's city council meetings. A community service brought to you by West Star Cable.
I'd like to thank you for tuning in to our premiere episode of the Silver Valley Scene. Tune in each Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. and at 6:30 p.m. for a show all about the Silver Valley. The Silver Valley Scene on West Star Cable Channel 3. I'm Matt Wilson. Hi, Lauren. Hi. How are you today?
You should sneak that home for the evening.
Oh,
I bet they'd find out, but...
you probably would.
Lauren! Lauren!
There's Grandpa.
Hi.
Well, hi, Matt. How are you doing? Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
Good show, Matt.
Thanks.
We loved it. What did he do?
Give him a high sign. Lauren, look at your daddy.
Look
at Daddy.
Talk to her, honey.
Hi, Lauren. How are you doing today, Lauren? Hi. Hi. Hi.
Oh, there's Daddy. There's Daddy. We love Daddy, huh? We love Daddy. Say we love you, Daddy. Yeah. Don't kiss us. You want to do the... Okay, wave.
Hi, Lauren. Can you wave?
Wave at Mama.
Can you wave?
Wave at Mama. Mama taking
Wait, that's
the
a
picture?
shaky.
You're a movie star? Is that what you are? Movie star?
She's cute. I love you, sweetheart.
I love you too, David.
Hi! Dana and Matt. How you doing?
Hi!
Hi.
Merry Christmas, 1992!
Yes, Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
Guess what we did today? We went cross-country skiing. It was so fun.
And guess what? Nobody has a broken leg.
No? We're all kind of tired, though. Ready for bed. But we're going to go home and open all the presents. Christmas Eve today. Yeah? See ya. Bye.
Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho! Mama.
Oh, you still take it?